Hi everybody. So for my final speech, I think that I'm going to do a hair routine for pre-wash day. That is something that I tend to take to heart because I really love my hair. It's natural color, natural curls, and I cherish her so much. There was a point in time where I was pretty unhappy with my hair. Honestly, I don't know why. I think it was the color because a lot of people do make fun of red hair, but it also gets way more compliments than hate, always. So I'm gonna go through a little routine before I wash it tomorrow morning. So I've already sprayed it down with this spray bottle and brushed it out. It takes a pretty long time to brush out my hair because it does knot up a lot. That's just what curls do. So what I do after that is I put in a hair oil. This is a Sol de Janeiro one. It smells like heaven. So I put a very generous amount on my hand and I spread it out just like that, and then I put it on my scalp. You just rub it into your scalp, and what this does is it moisturizes your scalp and helps prevent dry scalp and dandruff. It also stimulates your hair glands and helps it grow, allegedly. That's just some things that I've heard. I don't know if that's myth or not, but what I've heard. My hair is a very precious thing to me now. I did dye it blonde, if anyone can believe. I was a blonde at one point, and it wasn't completely blonde, but I'd say it was about like 85%. I did keep some of my natural red in, but honestly, I did that once. It fried my hair, and I've never done that again. And I let the blonde grow out fully. Like, you can see at the ends, there is absolutely no blonde left, not even underneath, nowhere. So after I put it on my scalp, you saw I got a little bit more because I ran out, but after I do that, I take like about 2 more pumps and I just go directly on the ends to help keep the ends moisturized, because the ends of your hair get very dry the more that it grows out, and split ends will occur. And this very much helps prevent it, and it keeps your hair pretty shiny, very soft, and this just smells amazing. So I feel like the more you put in your hair, just who doesn't love smelling amazing? So what I do next is I do the Maui Moisture Hair Care Mask. It is a mask and like a leave-in conditioner. Like, you can put it in after a shower, but you can also put it in before and leave it in overnight and then wash it out the next day. I love doing this. I take like a generous little scoop with my finger and I just get it all over my hands and I just rub it in and work it in to the ends of my hair. This is also just like the oil to keep it moisturized and shiny and healthy. And you can't forget like the little short pieces on the front, because those tend to dry out pretty fast, like, you know, bangs do. And they're growing out, so gotta keep them looking pretty nice the longer they get. I'm gonna take a little bit more because that just didn't feel like enough coverage. I do tend to lather my hair, which my hairdresser says my hair is doing phenomenal from what it was when we first started kind of working on it. So I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I am doing in the meantime until I'm told different. So after I do that, I grab a hair tie and I just throw it in a braid. I tend to do a full Dutch braid down the back, including my bangs, because I don't really like when they're out at night. I feel like they tickle my face. And that is something that a couple of my friends have actually said. They're like, they tickle my face, and I just don't like it. But bangs are a choice that we all make at some point in our lives. This is my first time actually with full bangs. I was always told that I just wouldn't work with bangs. Like, it just would not work for my face, or for whatever reason or with my hair, but I have found a couple of different ways to make it work. So I just do a simple Dutch braid down the back of my head so that it stays tight, and this is also called a protective hairstyle, and it keeps your hair pretty tight and locked in so that all of the moisture can be absorbed in it, and also so that your hair does not get damaged, because it may look like I'm pulling tight, but I'm really not. When I wash my hair, I put both of those products in as well. Not as much, absolutely not as much, but I also add in anti-frizz and super milk, which is from Lush. It's one of their products, and that also smells like heaven, but in a different font. I really love hair products because they smelled good too. So I have just grown to acquire a bunch of them and just see what works with my hair. Everybody's hair is very different, and it's taken me a pretty long time to figure out what works with mine. I grew it out without cutting it for about 2 years, and that actually did a lot more damage than it helped, because it grew out so much that the ends were just so dead and so fried that it was not salvageable. So I had to cut it up to my shoulders when I had a lot of length after that, but I had to cut it up to my shoulders because of the blonde, and because whatever was above the blonde was also fried because it was just like old hair that was not being taken care of. So I have very much, since about I was probably 19, I have taken such great care of my hair, and I believe that everybody else should too. So I hope everybody enjoyed